This is the usual routine. When artist Wayne Brzezinka finishes a new work, he takes it to Chromatics for a photo scan.
If I really stop long enough to think about it, not only is it a piece of art, but there's history embedded in the art piece itself.
You see, this piece has connections to one of the most recognizable faces in music history. Let's go back. It was 2017. A house in Madison was scheduled for demolition that was once the office of Colonel Tom Parker, the manager of Elvis Presley. Elvis had a room in here, and it housed the fan club for a while.
The town was upset. The headquarters of Elvis Presley Enterprise was going to be torn down.
That's Brian Oxley.
That's all I need to hear.
Who once ran a huge service company. He bought the materials that made up the Colonel Tom Parker house ahead of demolition. He took them piece by piece.
The house is now long gone from Madison, but there's always been this question of what Brian was going to do with all the items collected from in there.
Well, some of them Brian gave to Wayne for this new art piece.
The carpet on the floor to all the tiles in the bathroom, the wood panels that were in the bedroom that Elvis slept in, along with photographs, rare images. All of these things were sitting around, and he had asked if I would be interested in bringing to life Elvis through these objects.
Brian's getting his first glimpse of the piece.
I'm telling you, this artist here is an amazing man. Thank you for all that you did. You're so... Isn't that what else you told me to do? Yeah. Okay. God bless you, my friend.
Here's a light switch that was in the mail sorting room at the fan club in Madison.
The phone system for Colonel Parker's home. On one of these phone wires, he would have called Ed Sullivan.
And there are wires from the original phone system at the fan club.
Brian is producing this upcoming documentary called In the Shadow of the King.
Say when.
It covers Elvis's gospel recordings and his devotion to his faith. The film will feature the piece Wayne created from a concept by Brian.
He came to me, he said, I want you to do Elvis, known as the king of rock and roll, throwing a crown to the ground. I'm not the king. There's only one king, and talked about God in heaven.
He literally points and said, he's the king.
The piece will now head to Brian's home after a careful transport.
We don't make those mistakes.
It's almost reverent to hold these pieces that were a part of history making.
Elvis has left the building. I'm Forrest Sanders, News Channel 5.